Woo! Yeah. Woo! Ah! Ah!
Mhm. It's kind of dark in my room right now. The light is energy efficient, so if I could go after.
Yeah, boys. All right. Hey, I went to IKEA for like the first time all pandemic this week. And we went just for like, just a few items. We just needed a desk and two bookshelves and a new bar and a coffee table and some meatballs. The essentials. And we decided to drive my fiance's Honda Fit for everything because our rationale was it's a Honda Fit. You can fit everything into it. But it turns out the good people at Honda are liars. You cannot fit all of these items in these things, but I'll get to that later. And we're going into IKEA, and we're just planning on like, this is going to be a 1 hour trip. Just get in and get out. This does not happen because IKEA is an infinite time loop where no matter how fast you intend to be there, you are stuck there for a full workday. You complete an entire IKEA training shift just in your time shopping at IKEA, because it is a labyrinth of Stuvas and Pals and Mickeys. These are all real names. And those are even just the names of the desks. Like, this is the nonsense that you get in IKEA. And I'm sorry, that's not even fully accurate. That's just the name of the kids' desks. Because if we get into the adult desks, we're also adding the Beckett's and the Hemnes or the Mounds. That's what I got. I got a new mound myself. I'm a mound man, but like, it's a Dr. Seuss's store of nonsense in the IKEA. And when you get to the bookshelves, and the bookshelves are even weirder. You have Billy's, and you have Svedjas, and you have this other bookshelf that is also named Mound, but is an entirely different mound from the desk mound. And if you confuse the two, your house will catch on fire. Or that's what I told the police. So you get to the stuff you need, you write that stuff down, and then you get to the showroom, or you get out of the showroom, you're in the warehouse. And you guys know, in like the warehouse, you kind of walk through, like, by our random shit portion before you get to the actual furniture storage where they got like the plates and the rugs. And there's a bunch of wooden hands that they throw all around there. And every single one of them is flipping you off because an edgy 15-year-old was in front of you in the IKEA line. And it makes me wonder, like, is there a guy whose job it is to have to go through the IKEA showroom and fix all the hands flipping you off from the 15-year-olds 4 times a day? Like, there's a staff meeting. It's like, so Kevin, you're on hand duty today. I had hand duty last week. It's Carl's turn on hands. Carl called out sick. You're on hand duty. You should have unionized. It's a plug for the working cat. It's a plug for the working class, you guys. Carl's also not actually sick. He's just hungover. He's an irresponsible person, really. So guys, I'm going to be seeing my little brother for the wedding soon, and my brother and I aren't that close. It's weird. We don't have anything in common, and so essentially, how we base our entire relationship is, let's get drunk and jump off shit. Like, okay, kill that tequila and jump off that rooftop isn't a good way to build a stable family bond, but kill that vodka and jump off that tree does wonders for a familiar relationship. All right, I'm going to call it there because I am really just making up stuff after IKEA's and making fun of Carl's responsibility. So I'm really excited to introduce our next comedian. Give it up for the fantastic, the wonderful, the coolest, sad vegetarian, Amira Abu Al-Saud.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Okay. How is everyone? Yeah. My therapist told me to ask, but I don't care. We're working on the caring, but it's been 7 years. I don't know. All right. All right. I feel like dating apps are really great because they've kept my therapist in business. She's put 5 children through college. She has 3 jet skis, and she does cocaine as much as she wants. She's living the life. All right. So my dad recently came back from Jordan, and I was like, "Oh, how was it?" And he was like, "It was so disturbing and annoying. They have like the same thing like America, like ice cream trucks, but like they sell ice cream, potatoes, and kerosene." Every 2 hours, a guy with a megaphone, like, "Come get your ice cream, potatoes, and your kerosene." You know, things you normally need. Then he came back, and I caught him up with all my dating stories because I know he missed out. And every time I said anything about a guy or whatever, any of my dates, he would just grab his heart and he'd be like, "Oh, my heart, you're stressing me out." My sister's like, "Maybe you should stop talking." I'm like, "No, I'm almost done." All right. So do you guys ever wonder how DJ Khaled would be as a child? His mom would be like, "You gotta finish all your vegetables," and he'd be like, "Not another one." I feel like Zoom mics are always saying that they're gonna just take a little break and they're coming back. And I'm like, you're like my father, you're not coming back. Oh yeah. I forgot you're taking a break. That's perfect then. I keep pretending I have pain in my teeth so I can see my hot dentist. I love it when a guy caresses my face and my teeth and doesn't expect anything else. So like, yeah, I have a thing for when guys put like tools in my mouth. Like the little mirrors. They're so cool. All right. I like how some people are like, maybe I should put my camera on, and they're like, no, that's an inappropriate joke. All right. So Jesus Lover 2 followed me on Instagram, but I couldn't follow them back because I follow Islam 1. Okay. I was like talking to this Moroccan guy and he was just like ditching me and not like treating me right. And I was talking to my mom and I was like, Mom, I'm not gonna talk to him anymore because I deserve better, right? And she's like, no. Like, what? And she's like, okay, you deserve better, but no one's coming. So call him. Like, I didn't even tell her about him. She just like stayed on the phone after she was talking to my sister, and because she forgot to hang up. And for like 20 minutes while I was talking to my dad, she was just like, after 20 minutes, she was just like, got him, what's wrong with you? Why are you still on the phone? And then I was like, why did you just like eavesdrop the whole thing? And she's like, I wanted to hear your sweet voice. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll talk to you. And then after she was like, is there anything else you want to tell me? I'm like, not really. I didn't even want you to hear what I already said. I don't know. I made the guy apologize and he was like, can we just move forward? And I was like, I don't know, maybe if you gave me some chocolate. And he's like, what kind? And I'm like, milk chocolate with caramel. It's $4.99 at Walgreens this week only. I'll forgive you in 24 hours. Thank you guys. That's my time.
All right, you guys, keep it going for Amira. All righty, I'm really excited for our next comedian. Please welcome back to the TB&J mic, Ali Lewis.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Thanks so much for having me again. Well, Brooks, you and I share something in common right now. I think with the pandemic, a lot of things were happening with relationships. Some people were falling apart. I got lucky. Yeah, I'm also engaged now. Yeah, I'm like about to get married in a few months. It's awesome. I think it's once you finally meet that person, you know it's right, especially when your kid is turning 15. Everything just aligns perfectly well after that. I just think, like our kids 15, we share a Netflix password. It's time to like move on to the next step. I think we're there. We're there. Just like lower expectations though, because announcing like a wedding, making a wedding announcement after like 15 years of dating, almost 20, no one gives a shit. And it's just like, imagine Target is going to be like where you're going to register. Picture Family Dollar, Dollar General, just a little bit lower. But romance is what matters. I think that's what really all boils down to. So, Brooks, if you need a cosign, like I'm here for you. So I'm really glad. We found the one. Found the one. That's awesome. I'm a little bit about myself. I'm in my 30s. I had a birthday recently, which is awesome. I planned it that way. And so for me, it's like one of the things I got to step back to is like listening to certain music. I did band when I was in college and in high school and all that. And I love hip hop, but I don't know if you guys know about drill music or really, really gully kind of type of rap music like trap. I love it so much, but I'm getting to that phase and that age that I love hip hop, but I just hate rappers. It just comes down to that point now because what they show is not reality. Like they glamorize poverty, and poverty is awful because one of the lot of things every rapper likes to take a photo of themselves with like stacks of $100 of bills next to the air, right? Every single rapper does that, and I think to myself, like, what would I do if I had that kind of money? Like how would I flex on people like that? I think to myself, would I get rims? Would I get like a plane? Nah. I think to myself, like I'd probably just get like health insurance. Like that's the ultimate fucking. Because you don't got a lot of things in the south side of Chicago. You don't got hospitals. You got minute clinics and free clinics. And if you've never been to either or, picture like a tinier hospital that just gives you the illusion of medical care without giving you any medical care is like a really lame David Blaine trick. And it's just, that's how it is in the south side. So one of my smallest goals in life is to not have every doctor's appointment at a CVS. Because I don't want to get like a really bad diagnosis in the same place where I can get a red box, batteries, and some Gatorade. You know, that's not what you want here. You're not gonna, like, you should just start planning for the holidays today. You know, like that's not where I want to be. So I think that's one of the smallest things in my life. You know, I know I made it successful. Half Black and Latino. And the Latinos in the Zoom now, just me. All right, cool. That's usually how it is. Like we're very minority. Like we're really underrepresented, even in my own home. I'm only half Black and half Latino here. But and I also plan it that way. But anyway, one of the things that I just really like want to consider is I know I made it if my mom sees on Telemundo that I'm in the Illuminati. I know that's how I made it, like some sort of like recognition in comedy or just in general. Because old people about age of 60 who are Latino, everything that's in Primer Impacto is like real. That's exactly the truth. It's either the devil or you're gonna go. It's just crazy. I don't know if anybody has Latino. My mom is very ISIS Catholic. My dad was Muslim, but you never know. It's the relationships that people end up having. So I think in closing, I just want to let people know that I can be found in every social media platform. If you were just Google my name, Ali Lewis, I'm here for bar mitzvahs, whatever the occasion may bring, weddings. So thanks again, everybody, and I hope this was worthwhile. This 4 minutes. There will be more to come in the next 2 weeks. Thanks so much. Bye bye.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Keep it going for Ali Lewis, you guys.
Yeah, keep it going.
Alrighty. Our next comedian is from Rochester, New York. Please give it up for Emma Paxton.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey everyone.
Hi.
So I think that emotional cheating is like the only type of cheating a guy would actually enjoy. Like, how'd your girlfriend cheat on you? She talks about her feelings with someone else. Oh my God, how would I get my girlfriend to cheat on me? I would hope she would cheat on me 7 days a week. Like, I would drive her to the motel to be cheated on. I would get a Hilton's reward card just to have her cheat on me. Thinking about, childhood, I was thinking about how my grandma, I used to like go in the kitchen for a snack and I would be like really excited and I would see like yogurt. I guess it would be like fun light, like as fun as the food is gonna get at grandma's, I guess. And then I'd open the yogurt and it was broccoli from like 2 weeks ago. And I just think this is how like setting me up for life, for a lifetime of disappointment. It all started there. I just think it was a really good lesson. I don't know if you guys know this song by Justin Bieber, but he has a song called Lonely because he's very lonely as a rich celebrity who's married. A lot of reasons to be lonely. But anyway, he has I've been lonely before, but I've never been so lonely that I resort to yodeling. That's what he does in this song. He yodels. Like, if you are yodeling as a sign of your depression, you need to get to a doctor right now. Like now. So saying about online dating, because it's a super original topic for a comedian to discuss. But I was thinking that for, how like in businesses, for Facebook on the messenger, it says like, we'll respond. Business responds in 2 hours. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think they should have that for like men on dating apps, like we'll respond in 5 minutes or 48 hours. You just make like a more educated decision that way. Like anything above 5 minutes, just swipe left. I was also thinking about like polyamory, and I don't know if I could do that because like, it's hard enough when one guy doesn't text me back. I don't know about 2 guys that don't text me back. Yeah, I have like a really amazing accomplishment, probably my proudest accomplishment in life. And that is that I've read the Dr. Bronner's label to its entirety. it's only going to make sense if you know that obscure soap. So it's only like one out of 100 people know that weird organic soap with the label that could stretch out to China, essentially. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do for tonight. Thank you.
All right, you guys, keep it going for Emma Paxton.
Yeah.
Alrighty, our next comedian is a Toronto-based comic who will be appearing live in New York City next month for some shows. So be sure to follow her on Instagram for show info, IG the Latvian Foodie. I'm also going to plug 2 more things for her. One is No First Responder Left Behind, which you can find now on Discovery Plus. It is a fantastic documentary. And the other is her YouTube cooking show, It'll Be Fine, which has featured both me and Tom. We made cookies and Uncrustables. So everybody keep it going for Kelly Zimnikas!
Gosh, thank you. I appreciate that. The extra plugs, super nice. I'm sure that we all took up some fun hobbies in the pandemic. I got into hard drugs. Yeah. And the scratching in my nose was just bad timing at that joke. Yeah, I'm not doing the cocaine. Friends, I really got into a very hard to digest iron supplement is what I started doing. Yeah. Who else became anemic in the pandemic? Raise your hands. Lift those hands up in case you're anemic. Then just don't exhaust yourself. It's all good. But Ali was talking about healthcare and being up here in Canada. I'm getting used to my American friends kind of looking up at me with puppy dog eyes because I get it. The universal healthcare thing is a very shiny apple. It's a nice shiny little object to look at. And I'm not complaining that I don't have to spend money when I see a doctor. But when something is free, you often get what you don't pay for. The treatment can be a little, like your doctor might say to you, you need urgent care. This needs to be seen immediately. So come back in 7 months. And you're like, did you learn another version of urgent in med school? 7 months seems like a while, I had an injury a couple of years back that required me to get some x-rays. And when I went to go follow up at the hospital, I remember the receptionist telling me that they had no record of my ever having been there, and then asked me if I had changed my name and gotten married since my visit. Which I think is just a very elaborate way of saying we lost your x-rays. So, oopsies. It's so weird. It is so weird. Speaking of weird, I moved in with my parents a couple months ago, so I'm back living with the folks. And we're arguing just as much as we did when I was a teenager. And on Sunday, I was going to put up a painting. I'm hammering the nail into the wall, and my father just freaked out. He's like, "You make noise. It's Sunday. You can't make noise on Sunday." I was like, what am I gonna wake up Jesus? Is he taking a nap? What's happening? And like my dad is the least religious man you'll ever meet. So I don't know where this is coming from, but suddenly he had this big concern that I was going to invoke some big PTSD with the big guy, with the nail and the hammer and all that. So didn't put up the painting, but my dad did put my picture on the fridge, which feels really nice. It's really kind of sweet. I'll just end off on this. I find everything in the past year and a half now just carries so much extra significance. I ran into my neighbor this morning. He was complimenting me on my fancy outfit, thought I had a hot date. And I just had a hot date with the compost bin. I thought leaving my apartment was worth doing like the pearls and the hair and makeup just to take the garbage out. So live your best life, everybody. I'm Kelly Zimnikas. Thanks so much.
Keep it going for Kelly, you guys. And I'm going to tell everyone one more time, please remember to plug your pluggables in the chat. I'm going to plug I'm gonna plug Tom's pluggable, a hat made of teeth.
Oh, yay!
Alrighty, our next comedian is absolutely fantastic. Please welcome to the mic, Jessica Hudson.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah. Woo.
Thank you. It's nice to see half the room is females. I love seeing that. I think this is the perfect time to let everybody know that I'm a lesbian. And for the men in the room, I'm super wet down there. Yeah, I just started my period. No, I just turned 40. Actually, no, I just turned 41. I can't get the age right because I'm going backwards in my life like Benjamin Button. But I'm not getting younger with my age. I'm getting younger in my life choices. Yeah. I'm super irresponsible. I stay up late every night. I have slumber parties. We play Twister. The goal is not to pull a muscle. I also relate to my 7-year-old niece more than I do to adults. Yeah, I visited my niece recently, and she throws tantrums the same way I do. You know, I am late to work every day, and I blame my employer for it. No, my niece is super funny. She's adorable. She reminds me of why I don't want to have kids. Yeah, she because I can't stand myself. No, I helped her do a comedy show for her. She roasted her parents. And she ended up turning it on me, and she looked at me and she said, "Aunt Jess, you drink too much red wine. It matches your red lipstick. You also should go back to school."
Oh,
Yeah, she said I focus too much on being pretty. Yeah. Look here, I related to that. I don't need a fucking 7-year-old to tell me I'm vain and uneducated. I know that already. I lost my train of thought. Fuck, man. Sorry, guys. I'm doing this off the cuff. Anyways, speaking of vain and being hot and focusing on being pretty, I don't think I'm that pretty, because has anybody ever gotten that they look like a hotter version of someone who's not attractive? Yeah, I get that a lot. I get in a club one time. See, I'm 40 and I still go to dance clubs. This guy came up to me. He's like, "You look like Tina Fey." He's like, "You're like a hot version of Tina Fey." And then I also got another time. I don't know if anybody knows who Janine Garofalo is. I was told that I look like a hot version of Janine Garofalo. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, that's like telling me that's like saying Little Caesars is like a delicious version of pizza. Like, what the fuck, dude? So I'm a hot version of somebody who's not even close to being hot. Thank you. I don't know what Sad Clock just said, but I can't wait to hear it.
It's
or
great.
see it. You know what? I don't look like my age. I don't look like I'm a lesbian. And I also don't look like I'm broke as fuck, but I am. I pay for food with food stamps. Yeah. I have a full-time job. I got so high one time that I actually tried to pay for weed with food stamp card. And the guy told me cash only, and I said, "But sir, I'm buying edibles. What the fuck? That's fucking plant-based food." All right, that's my time. Thank you guys.
All right, you guys, keep it going for Jessica Hudson. All right, we have one final comedian of the night, but before I introduce her, I gotta say, Jessica, there's more than half the room is women. It's just me and Allie are such big dudes that we just look like we're taking up more space. We need 2 windows for our girth, especially B.
And
All
I'm
right,
a
guys,
clock,
I'm
I have
really
no gender.
Tom is a sad clock and therefore is only identified by sad clock. All right, you guys, our final comedian for the night. Give it up for Kathy O'Brien.
Hey, thank you so much.
Hey.
So my 16-year-old son is really weird. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And he just says the weirdest stuff to me. So he's like, Mom, I'm sorry I'm so contrary, but it's inherent in 16-year-olds. And then he's like, at least I have an opinion. At least I'm not like a dead fish that's washed up on a shore in North Carolina. I'm like, what? This is giant. Like, what? And then he's like, he came home and went on this rant with his father and me about Spanish verb conjugations, and he was like all about it. And as a parent, like, you've got to listen to that. And I could give a shit about Spanish verb conjugations. I'm like, fuck. 30 minutes in, I'm like, I've got to go do comedy open mic just to deal with this conversation. And then he's like, he comes home from school and he's like, there's all these frat boy like jocks, and I think they're really schmucky and I don't want to hang out with them. Like, I don't blame you. And I'm like, well, when I was in high school, I hung out with these frat boys, and they were pretty cool. They were called Phi Tau, and they had an annual 60s party where we all did LSD and laughed our heads off. And then I'm like, why did I say that to my son? But he was like, that sounds really cool. And so hopefully I amped up his, maybe he's gonna get more into the frat boys. I don't know. Being a parent is weird. So I'm working on my father-in-law's funeral is this Saturday, and I want to speak, and I'm working on my speech, and I'm working on what I'm not going to say. And what I'm not going to say is, well, when Wayne's late wife passed away, 71-year-old Wayne took up a lover with a 23-year-old. And if the 23-year-old is in the audience, I just want to say that's really creepy. So, seriously, 71 and 23, that's really creepy. I just want to say that to you, but I'm not going to say that. I'm writing down all the things that I'm not going to say. Like, he was so kind that he put up with my pain in the ass mother-in-law. I'm not going to say that either. But this comedian, I do this bit about that. And this comedian the other day, he's like, here's what you need to say, Kathy. He was brilliant and he was kind, and he told great jokes, and he lit up the room wherever he came. Oh. Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. And then after that, you talk about your father-in-law. I thought that was so hilarious. Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. Oh my God, that's it. I'm ending there.
All right, you guys, keep it going for Kathy O'Brien. Woo! All right, so everyone, that was our final comedian of the night. We're going to keep the Zoom room open for a little while if folks just feel like hanging out and chatting some. Be sure to plug your pluggables in the chat. I'm again plugging my wedding fund because I need money. All right, everyone, thank you and good night.
Cool. I'll also just add real quick, please don't forget, we're out for the next 2 weeks if you missed that earlier. And sorry, we'll be back the week of October 10th. Ayo. It's all good. Please check out that teeth hat. And sorry to anybody who was viewing because I was suspicious of sound issues. It turns out my mic was off until I think the last 2